Hey guys, we're back with Lucid9. This is the finale for real this time. For real. Or that's going to be edited onto the last video, depending on its length. Natsuki's in our apartment. This is breaking and entering, I think. Natsuki Tanaka leans against the window, arms crossed over her chest as she surveys me with a patronizing smile. Natsuki? What's Natsuki here? Because she would have been irrelevant to the plot otherwise. I was thinking, like, what was the point of Natsuki back at the cafe scene? I didn't mention it, but she kind of was just there to give us information, so she's gonna be like, oh, but the battle continues! How did she get here? What is she doing? Did you miss me? I grab Joe's go slack. The knife clatters to the floor. What are you doing here? Huh, I wonder. Can't just waltz into my apartment. I already have. Get out or I'm calling the police. Go ahead. Believe they would listen? I fall silent at that, my head spinning too fast to track. Closing down the school, withholding information on the crime, setting up Yoda as a scarecrow immigrant. That was you? Oh dear! I can hardly take credit for such a master's work of art. No, I'm an ordinary teenage girl, set with high school drama and college entrance exams. Sorry. I have a orange chick. Well, actually it's a mandarin, but mandarin orange. I ate a piece and I was like, okay, I can stealthily eat this. But no, I can't. A sudden thrill of rage chases through my veins. I lunge forwards, setting my hand on the glass. Look, Tanaka, I'm not in the mood for games. Oh, that's interesting. Could have sworn you were just playing one. What? Oh, you feigning ignorance now? Well, look, I didn't want that. I speak of the, RP, of course. How could you know? I believe we've been over this part, Yama Ishimoto. It's hardly of any importance by this point. She suddenly twists her fingers into my collar, her face dropping into a harsh straight line, and she pulls a gun out of her pocket. What really matters is your sheer ignorance. Should have heeded my words while we had the chance. Your words? That you should have stayed out of this. All of this. She releases me, shoving me back with surprising strength. I rarely catch myself against the wall. I caught the serial killer. Isn't that what? Natsuki barks in harsh laughter. What? A little pawn? I want to go patting myself on the back for him if I were you. Practically spoon-fed him into your hands. She claps hollowly, every facet of her face alight in a sardonic smile. Congratulations, Yama Ishimoto. You think this is the end? You're already even close. Wait, was she the imaginary Yota we had in her head that was her the whole time? She slides to the door with a cat-like grace, tapping something on her hip. The deadly Foog cuts off abruptly. You might want to change your key code. There's silence, that's true. Nothing but cold, deathly silence. I sink into my sofa, waiting in the darkness of my apartment. Only one phrase thrums through my mind. Yoda in jail, Yui alive, so what? The press is silent, the school is closed, and according to Shiore, something's wrong with the police too. I thought I understood everything, but Natsuki is always one step ahead. I thought I was the orchestrator, but it looks like I'm just a pawn. Still too weak. Ignorant. I don't know what's going on. But maybe this is when that all changes, because now I'm capable of fighting back. For Mizu, who I should have protected. For the smiles of my friends. For the peace of happiness, I guess. A cliche. Maybe it's time to stop staying back, thinking that everything will go wrong. Maybe it's time to move forward. There's something behind all these murders. I have to figure out what that something is. And I can't do it alone. But guessing I'm realizing that I won't need to. I dream of something strange. That was his sprite. At the time, it was perfectly clear. Something so vibrant it was almost tangible. There's smoke, something heavy in the air, a kind of blackness filling my lungs. While I was dreaming, I understood everything, but after waking up, it felt vague. A silhouette immersed in fog. I feel like I've missed something important. Okay, that's not the end. I thought I was going to cut it there. Because, you know, this game has a sequel coming out. Which, I guess Yama's going to be the protagonist of. Looks like it anyway. Normally, I might check if Natsuki stolen anything from my apartment. To be honest, though, she doesn't seem like the thieving type. If anything, she's probably just the kind of person who relishes in the abject terror of humanity. Instead, I guess I'll wash up, and get dressed, and do whatever else is routine. waiting for the moment of truth, until I meet Yui today. It's a little strange. Now that the day's bright and the sun is shining and the weather is so as a stereotypically beautiful summer day, finding that my head is painfully clear. Cryptic warnings? Whatever. They're only ominous in the dead of night when accompanied by Danzi Macabre. Who's that? Dance? Macabre? It's a song? It's called The Dance of Death. Is that the song that Natsuki was playing, or is that just him being, wanting to sound cool? As for meeting Yui today, can't deny it any longer. She's going to confess to me. She's going to say that she likes me, has romantic feelings for me, just so I don't misunderstand, dummy, okay? So listen up, or she'll punch me. By the way, this doesn't mean we have to date or anything, but she thought she would let me know. She's liked me forever, and because I'm just such a dummy, I never realized it. But anyway, where was she going with this? She had a point. And she likes me, yeah. That's all she had to tell me. And she'll finally stop breathlessly, and I'm supposed to act floored because she was so very subtle about hiding her feelings. Maybe it sounds arrogant, but it's true, and I can't deny that. For some unknown reason, Yui Hayata has feelings for Yami Ishimoto. The problem has always been, what do I do in response? You think that after facing a serial killer together, anything else would pale in comparison. Well, I guess it did. Yesterday. No, for the past 3 months even. But I'm having doubts now that the event is actually imminent. Because for the first time, it's not just something I can push off for later. I'm going to have to face it. Today. The thing is, I don't know what Masaki would say, or what Akira would say. She likes you and you need to tell her. And you need her. So what's the problem? That's the problem. That's exactly the problem. Yui doesn't deserve anything half-hearted. She doesn't deserve a guy who doesn't even know how he feels, or a guy who's using her for his own purposes. She deserves someone who's totally madly in love. Well, you're describing yourself. Who'll pursue her to the ends of the earth, who'll fight for her like she's... Why do I suddenly think of Masato? Egg. The Masaki or Akira will respond. Well, I'm sure that doesn't matter to her. She likes you for... I mean, did you not remember the whole serial killer thing? I mean... That kind of... fight for her? And I'll respond. It doesn't matter. It will always matter. It will matter because in a few months, Yuri will be disappointing. Claiming that she's on a one-sided love. She'll want more than me than I'm able to give. It will matter because if something happens between us, I'll have no one left. Then Misaki or Akira will respond. Love is a choice. Love is an action. So no wishy-washy feelings. You can choose to love her. Then they'll continue. So go confess. Seize the day. And at that convenient moment, Yuri will call me and the shoujo manga will be complete. And speak of the devil. Don't tell me this is about to happen. This isn't Yuri. This is Shigure. Right? I know we were supposed to meet up today, but I was thinking that... Yama. My voice dies in my throat and I flop on the couch, staring at the ceiling. Oh, hi, Dad. Awkward pause. I hadn't expected this call to come today. In fact, I hadn't expected this call to come, well, ever. What exactly has been going on? I don't hear disapproval in his voice. I don't hear anger. I don't even hear worry. He sounds distant, just like how I feel distant. Nothing much. It says people coming out of my mouth. Nothing much. Of course stuff has been happening. They've been paying the hospital bills. They've been receiving notices from the school. Who knows? Maybe Shigure talked to them. I want to hear it from your own mouth. Yama, what's this about a serial killer? And Yui and... They weren't supposed to call. They weren't supposed to be ignorant. Able to keep their son in the distance. They were supposed to be. Abiding by whatever arrangement was most comfortable for them. Yeah, there's been disappearances at the school. It's actually because a faculty member of the school is kidnapping students and murdering them. Yes, we heard. I can't believe it. He almost killed Yui. Dead silence follows the statement. I wait. My palm's sweating against my pajamas. So the hospital visit. Yeah. Another silence. So much for not bothering my parents. Emma, you almost died, didn't you? No! We died multiple times, thank you very much. I got like 3 bad ends. Better tell me there's no other options then. That you called I called Shigure, that's the police. There wasn't. Yeah, I did. So yet another silence. It's almost as if we're co-workers rather than family members. To be honest, I can't really say why. It's not like my parents hate me. In fact, I know they care for me. Things used to be different. We were a close family in a way. Mom and Dad were always smiling, always laughing, always excited about their restaurant. But after Mizu... Son? Huh? Did you hear your mother? I pause. Ed says. We're coming to pick you up. now. Wait, what? Leave? Now? There's too much unfinished. There's too much I'm leaving behind. There's just too much. And then we thought you'd be safe and happy in the summer with Yui, but I am. Yes, I could tell that from the hospital notice and from the serial killer that was apparently after you and Yuri's necks. Dude, please calm down. Coming back, Yami Ishimoto. I'm not... Suddenly his voice cracks. Losing my other kid. Just like that, the distance between us shatters into pieces. I fall backwards, my mind flailing for explanations. Expectations, guilt, nostalgia. We've been distant for years. We've barely spoken. Most times, I don't even come home for holidays. Because after Mizu died, all they did was push me away. Right? Or was I the one that pushed them away first? I don't remember anymore. All I know is, I don't want to go back. Not yet. I still need to stay in this city. Still have so much to discover. About Yota. About the news. About everything. It's probably selfish. No, it's definitely selfish. All this time, I thought my parents sent me to school with Yui to kick me out. It looks like they were just trying to care for me. Shouldn't I repay that favor? We're getting in the car. Pack your stuff, Yama. We'll be there in 3 hours, honey. On the dot. 3 hours. 3 hours to say goodbye to all the friends I made. Tie up all the loose ends I've left hanging. Including my visitor Yui, if I'm gonna visit her at all. What will I even do when I return to my hometown? Sleep? Watch movies? Waste the day just like I used to? No. I might not be in Isamu anymore, but that doesn't mean I can't do anything productive from home. Okay. Have a safe trip. Bye-bye, honey. You'll be safe too. With that, the call shuts off. I really should feel relieved, or happy, or grateful for learning that my parents haven't been ignoring me this whole time. But I only feel blank. Maybe the distance is too much. Maybe it's all too late. I carelessly begin to throw some of my belongings in a luggage, but stop short, checking the time. 3 hours. I have just enough time to visit one friend, to pop over to Yui's house before my parents arrive. Who, just one person? Seems so sudden. Then again, I guess I shouldn't be making this a big deal. Not exactly moving to a different planet. Still, if I can only see one person, who should I see? Oh! Because we made the choice to see... Okay. What about Yahiko and Masato? And Shigure? Because I'd totally choose Shigure if I had the choice. Let's go Elizabeth route. Sure. Honestly, I'm not sure why I'm making this choice, but here goes. Hello? Hi. An awkward silence descends between us. With a hubbub of our other friends, the atmosphere feels notably uncomfortable. We don't even have the consolation of a barrier of hatred anymore. Well, what is it? What are you up to right now? Studying for the university entrance exams. School might have closed, but the tests have not been postponed. Huh, studying. What, you're not? Oh, yes, I see. Yeah, me and studying. Throw in the foggiest notion of how you managed to pass class, which was pull partially decent grades. Dashing good looks. Of that I severely doubt. Oh, love, you ever wound me. Oh, never mind. Why are you calling? Despite her irritated front, I can tell there's a hint of concern. Might I spare a moment of your time, Miss Bennett? There's a brief pause before she responds. Whatever for, Mr. Darcy. Perchance to tease me at your whim? I'm starting to wonder if it's a good idea to talk to her instead of someone else. No, I need to give her a chance. Merely to exchange a word, Miss Bennett. I request your presence at the... I kind of want to go back and unlock Misaki's just because that seems like the most... sound one, like the most canon decision you can make. Yeah, I'll go back and unlock all theirs. I'm not gonna do all theirs, but I'll cut the video right here. I'll see you guys back in a second. Hey guys, we're back, and it's after coming this far that I realize I don't want to do Misaki's. I want to do Elizabeth's. Some of the dialogue changed with Misaki in the hospital, which is interesting. But the entire school's closed. I don't exactly want to meet at the cafe, especially since that's your workplace. Is there anyone else that we could have a decent discussion? Oh, of course. Might we have a rendezvous at the river near the academy, Miss Bennett? It'll be all but for a moment. You do know what rendezvous implies, right? Can we call each other by our names? Like, we're pulling a Luke. I mean, yes, I'm aware. Never mind. I shall see you there. Farewell, Miss Bennett. She gets the call without another word, but I push away the creeping doubt. Great, time to head to the river. I leave my luggage in my apartment and head outside, slipping Yui's pen into my pocket. The day is beautiful and bright, sending waves of sparkles skittering across the river of the Rainbow River. If I hadn't almost drowned in it twice, I might have actually really appreciated its beauty. As it is, I can barely bring myself to approach the bench that's a good distance from the river's edge. Elizabeth's already seated on the bench, hand idly pulling it at strands in her hair. She seems to be deep in thought. Deep in thought. Top of the morning, Your Majesty. Elizabeth jerks away, but to her credit, doesn't let out a sound. Oh, that was sudden. I sit next to her, feeling a little disappointed. What, have you gotten used to jump scares? I don't get your meaning. You didn't squeal. Instead of getting annoyed, she only glances away. So it seems. So what else would you expect considering that? She stops short. Never mind, just tell me what you're here for. Want to crack another joke, but when I open my mouth, the truth spells out instead. I'm moving. Oh, that's unusual. I didn't think you would continue your studies. Wait, what? Aren't you moving schools? Since the academy's closed. I suppose that even if it's for a short time, you might learn something vitally important. The thought never crossed my mind. I'm not changing schools, moving away from Osamu. Whether you stay in Osamu or not doesn't strictly speaking matter, so long as you're transferring. I'm not going to school. Moving back to my hometown because my parents want me to get out of here after the whole, serial killing business. The sudden burst of rage falls just as quick as it rose. I sink into the bench, warily pressing my fingers against my forehead. Oh, beep beep. Sorry. No, I should have understood. You don't want to move, I presume? Why would I? Because your parents do have a point. You did nearly die. So I just ran away because I was scared? Well, it wouldn't exactly be inconsistent with your character. In the past, you have tended to run away from your problems. I open my mouth to spew a comeback, but something gives me pause. She's not saying this in a malicious manner. She's just being blunt and speaking her mind. Hold on. This might end terribly, as it has before, but I'm going to try this. One moment. Fiddle with the wire. There. Yeah. I hit myself on the face, but I'm okay. And this better work. Hold on. Yeah. We want to pay. Okay. It works! I don't need to second guess what she's thinking. I guess if you run away a lot. But if you think about it, probably run where there's somewhere place better to run to. Got a pretty good life here. Been here for what, 4 years? I don't think I have anything to gain by going back to my hometown. And Osamu was also boasted to be the most prosperous town in Japan. Exactly. No reason for me to leave. Glad you can adopt such a clinical view. What can I say? I'm an optimist. Elizabeth twitches her lip, pausing for a moment. Yeah, seems like there may be a reason to leave Osamu. The media? Amongst other things. Your oldest cover-up? Amongst other things. How many of these other things are going on exactly? Oh, bloody lot, apparently. Truly, your language is dainty, Miss Bennett. And yours is primitive as ever, Mr. Darcy. We drop into another silence. Talking with Elizabeth without a sense of pure loathing. It's an incredibly surreal feeling. So, have you anything else to say? Besides announcing the sudden move? Like what? Oh, I don't know. But we are by a river, with no one else around. A few weeks after your recovery from a life-threatening ordeal, sitting on a bench together. I mean, this river isn't exactly a, this is foreboding, like, your sister died here. What, do you think I'm going to push you in the river? Well, I mean, you're just about as dense as a rock of metal. Maybe I just want to think about what you're implying. I think you've been reading too many books, Lizzie. You're getting a little paranoid, no? Oh, shut up. Why aren't you feisty? Care for a spot of tea? If only to douse you with. There's something comfortably familiar with the verbal abuse. This time, when we pause, it doesn't feel strained. Don't worry about that kind of stuff, by the way. I already get enough matchmaking when it comes to Rui. Oh, yeah. I assume you're going to visit her today. I'm supposed to, I guess. What's that supposed to mean? Should I tell her? Elizabeth, of all people? A few months ago, I wouldn't have. I would have expected her to mock me, or insult me, maybe even hit me. But then again, today is different. Pretty sure she's gonna confess to me. Oh, so you're thinking of running away? Surprisingly, though your words are blunt, there's not a fleck of hostility in her voice. Well, when you put it that way, I know that many people believe that you two should date. Does that, in a way, only make you feel more repulsed by the idea? She's taking me seriously. I should be surprised, but I find that I'm not. Not exactly repulsed. I just don't even know how I feel towards you, I guess. I see. It wouldn't feel fair to her if I started dating when I don't even know how I feel. That makes sense. I'm proud. You're being very mindful of the situation. I snorted at this, till I realized that she's not joking. Like, for real? I'm just saying. That's what used to bug me the most. You never took anything seriously. Even so. Well, from my perspective, seems like you care about Yui very much. You probably just don't want to hurt her, correct? Yeah. I've read several novels about childhood friends. Sometimes they wonder whether they really like each other, or whether their feelings are just natural reaction to spending so much time together. That's exactly it, actually. She's really special, but... Do you wonder that about Yui? She's simply mistaking your friendship for feelings? I never thought about it consciously, but I think she's right. Quite observant, Miss Bennett. Natural consequence of being... Oh, yeah. Can you stop? There's a small pause. Elizabeth takes a quiet breath. I think you should see her today. Nothing good will come from holding all of this in. In my opinion, the two of you just need to have a proper talk. Like we did? About drastically different things, I'd hope. I chuckle. It's genuine. Thanks, Elizabeth. Elizabeth turns back to her water, contemplative. Are you coming back? I'd like to, I guess. But are you coming back? Probably not. She coughs slightly. He glanced at my phone. Time to meet Yui. Am I telling the others why I'm moving? I gotta go. Already? Yep. Parents are coming soon. Should I ask why? You'd rather not tell them yourself? There's such a thing as text messaging and email, you know. Can you ask it for us? Should you? Preferably not. Why not? Because. You know, I have this feeling that you're trying to be the noble idiot who distances everyone and tries to save the world on his own. The insight is sudden, but keen. I find myself remembering Natsuki's visit. I've told myself that I've only really have time to visit one person. It's not exactly like communicating with people is hard. So then, why do I feel so reluctant? It's a very plausible answer that I haven't thought of until now. Subconsciously, I still believe that getting people involved will just hurt them. If Natsuki's little drop-in wasn't an indicator of that, I don't know what was. Please, you know me. The only skin I'd try to save would be mine. We both know that's utter rubbish, Emma. I only stand with my best attempt at a disarming smile. Take care, Lizzie. And you. And down the path to the train station, paying little attention to the good weather. Talking to Elizabeth was unusually comfortable, relatively speaking. Sure, we weren't exactly chatting it up like best friends, but given the circumstances, I'm just surprised that we could hold a decent conversation. Wonder if we have a lot more in common than I originally thought. The journey to the train station certainly feels jarring in more ways than one. Every step feels surreal, walking through light or water or some half-formed dream. A distant part of my mind was whispering, moving? Can't be real. This can't be real. Earlier this year, the thought of leaving Asama would be unimaginable, and nowhere else to go. Even now, I don't really have anywhere to go. Well, either way, I need to meet with Yui before my parents arrive. I board the subway to Yui's house, gripping the pen in my pocket as the tunnel lights glare past the windows. Just go there, just talk with her, just hear her out. Like nothing more than a bolt, but this is the time to man up and face the problem head on. Everything will be fine. Probably. My arrival in District 2 is quiet and unhurried. Both the station and the roads are practically empty. Despite its close distance to the heart of the city, this district takes on some definite suburban qualities. Plants are definitely more plentiful here than in any other district, except for the boundary of the Osamu Forest. As I jumped into the nearest cab, I catch a glimpse of the towering cluster of research buildings that line the road. They're the closest thing to skyscrapers in this district. Most of them proudly bear the insignia of Way Forward Pharmaceuticals. Well, I guess that District 2 is known as the medical district for a reason. Hospitals, retirement homes, top-tier specialized treatment centers. District 2 would have it all. I've experienced it myself, far more than I would like. I dismiss my thoughts as the taxi rolls its way to the quieter side of the district, most of the stop at the entrance of a suburban neighborhood. A quick payment later, I'm straight into a familiar picket fence house on the corner of the street, surveying the sign hung cheerily on the door. Home is where the heart is, and the heart is where the Hayatas are. Cute. I always thought of that phrase as stupidly cheesy when I was a kid. Once you grow up a little, I guess you start appreciating stupidly cheesy things. No, that's really cheesy. I stand before the house for a moment, breathing quietly through my nose. This is it. The point of no return. Isn't that what they call it? The moment where it's no longer possible to have 1 foot in water and 1 foot on land, where the fence is too high to straddle, and too thin to balance on. Yes or no, black or white, A or B. It's time for me to make my decision, whatever that decision means. I raise one hand to the door. Pause. One hand. How many lives have been ended with one hand? Roman gladiators, looking to audiences, searching for the telltale direction of their thumbs. Execution orders from Monty. Just ask her out already. Oh my god. Giving away the snap of the fingers or the raising of an arm. Anyone with a semi-automatic in their hand, able to end a destiny with a twitch of their index finger. Yeah, this isn't good. My mind, wandering again. I tell myself that the situation isn't even that bad. Not really, I just need to focus. Now's not the time to lose my head. I raise my hand again and knock firmly on the door. But it gives beneath my knuckles, creaking open in the silence. Oh, maybe she left it open for me. Then the smell hits. The moment it does, everything is just unbearable. The first thing that hits my nostrils is a gassy, greasy smell of something burning. Like stir fry left too long in a steel pan. And it's just gonna be the joke, tee-hee, she's really bad at cooking. I instinctively cover my nose with my sleeve. The stench presses past my fabric, filtering through every thread like a worn sieve. The house is dark, beyond dimly lit. Not a single light flickers within sight, even on the electronics. Every curtain is fastened shut, leaving only stray pinpricks of light peeking through the windows. A strange curdle of fear fastens in my stomach. I push the door wide open, my voice cracking. Uncle, Auntie, Yui! A flood of sunlight washes around my figure, bathing the living room in an ivory glow. What it reveals is cruel, unforgiving, as bleak as it is bright. The Skype message. Very badly timed. Shards. It's the first thing my eyes land on. Fragmented, torn-edged shards of metal, wood, glass, all strewn over the floor and the furniture. Cushions with ragged seams are scattered on the floor, accompanying their toppled armchairs and sofas. Family pictures, usually in pristine condition on the walls, are hanging askew, frames cracked with pictures sagging through broken glass. Transfixed in shocks, I step forward, my eyes roving around to take in the scene. I pass by the narrow doorway that leads to the kitchen. Yuri and I used to play tag here, back in the day. Then we tried to climb out the door framed by pushing against opposite sides with our hands and feet. Now, all I can see is a pan settled on the stove, old oil dancing over the blackened food. The stove's still alright, a light. Doesn't take a genius to realize it's the source of the stench. A fire hazard, in any other circumstance. Yet, it doesn't feel like the fire is the worst to come. I almost chuckle. Maybe they were preparing for my arrival. Hospitality was always their strong suit. But despite that, abandoned cooking, lit stove, burning food. These signs all point to the same direction as the destruction before me. Something that winds in a lazy path in the dining room. Glass crunches beneath my shoes as I step by the joining corridor, lifting my eyes slowly to the dining table. Dread. I'd often felt it in my life, that black, slick sensation in the pit of my stomach that slushed with every step I took, that rose as bile to my throat, that crushed my lungs until I suffocated on my own breath. But I never felt like it. Never felt it like this! I stagger against the wall, my heart stopping cold in my chest. Yuri's father is slouched against the table, head pressed almost comically into a bowl of soup. He stands tangling idly by his side. Blood is coated over the back of his skull, crusting over his neatly kept hair and swimming in the soup that covers his face. His skin is pale, lifeless, his strength solidified from rigor mortis. Dead. How could this happen? My vision spins angrily before my eyes. I feel the automatic response of my consciousness slipping away. No! I wrestle reality back into my grasp, jerking away from the terrible scene. I have to call the police, get help, do something. I stumble out of the dining room, jamming at my phone with trembling fingers, when my foot catches against something stiff and creaky, and something very human. Yuri's mother, blank-eyed, cuts from the shattered fragments on the floor covering her body, jaw locked in shock at the unseen assailant. A bullet hole is planted squarely in her chest. I mean, they could be faking it? Soaking her clothes in the carpet or under with blood. Like, it could be fake? Clutched in her frozen hand is a pitiful capsule of pepper spray, a laughable self-defense when surrounded by such devastation. I shakily pull myself to my feet, my breath coming fast and heavy. Too late. Dead. All my fault. Yui! Where's Yui? I stagger upward, vision still twisting as I pull myself along the wall and into the kitchen. She might still be alive. She might still be okay. My own mind ridicules this senseless hope, yet I feel strength bursting into my limbs, clearing my mind for one vital minute. Let's invent a little story. Let's say that once upon a time, a terrible murder occurred in an unsuspecting... That's fall, right? Fox? Fake. Fall suburban home. Two adults accompanied Accomplished adults, beautiful and gentle adults, were brutally shot to death. Let's say that their home was ravaged, as shards of wood, glass, metal, and ceramics litter the ground so heavily it was impossible to take a single clear step. Let's say that their sacrifices were not in vain, that despite this blindsiding crime, their daughter, their precious little girl, was able to escape. Their daughter found refuge. She waited for her friends. She was terrified. She was upset. But she was alive. Let's invent this little story and pretend that it's true. Let's sleep in peace, wrapped with hope, ready to fight for a better tomorrow. But stories, no matter how beautiful, are always so very wrong. She better not be dead! Because in the kitchen, there's an island counter. At the edge of the island counter, there's a sickening lump of blood that lazily oozes down the cabinet. Below that island counter lies something very, very mocking. The hope that had dared to rise in my chest crashes down my lungs, driving all breath from my body. You can fix it! Give her a band-aid! My eyes are peeled open, unblinking, as if staring will somehow get rid of this sickening display. No, this isn't true. I crumble against the floor, splattering blood over my knees. I taste something metallic on the corner of my tongue. Visceral memories, barely 3 months old, surge my eyelids. No, this was over. Everything was over. Isn't true, isn't true, isn't true, isn't true! Pipes screaming, wood on metal and a knife sinking deep into flesh. No, 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 no. I seize the nearest object, a renegade shard from a nearby shattered pole, gash it violently against my skin. It should skitter across the surface, or glide like ice, or feel distant, quiet, 7 worlds away, but my arm shrieks in protest as the edge digs into the flesh, drawing slow, weeping blood. I can only stare as it throbs. Not a nightmare, not a dream, nothing but reality. Bile claws up my throat until I retch against my mouth. I barely manage to turn away in time. Digested saliva drips from my lips and seeps into cracks of the tiled floor. A vision. A hallucination. Some other explanation. Not this. Never this. My sweat is ice cold against my skin. I'm shivering. Shivering with such intensity that my bones rattle in my eardrums. Pipes. Knives. Vomit. Blood. Smoke. Flooding exhaust. No. This was supposed to be over. This was supposed to be behind us. She was safe. She made it home. She wasn't at school. She was safe. I forced my eyes to drift down, engraving every corner, every color, every spike of light into the deep recesses of my mind. Eyes glazed, mouth slightly agape, a remnant of surprise. She's dressed nicely. So nicely, I don't even remember the last time I saw her out of uniform. She's even wearing jewelry. I choke over my own voice. Hey, she thought of dressing nicely today. She thought of meeting up with me. We're gonna have a little dramatic scene, something to do with I like you and me too, maybe. We're gonna eat together with our family, maybe being embarrassed, maybe being understanding. Who knows what decision we would have come to. But that is a different world. I reached her cheek, touching her jaw with the edges of my fingertips. There should be warmth, pulsating life. I almost expect to feel her breath against my palm. Cold, still, unnatural. A mannequin manufactured by fate. A small sigh expels from my lips, washing against her bangs. Yui. Wake up. Her eyes are open, unblinking. A staring contest on the other side of life. She's not here. I retract my throbbing arm back to my side, slumping unceremoniously against the kitchen island. Shouldn't I scream for help? Shouldn't I wail in anger? But I only felt numbness settling over my skin. Something deep, calm like a lake, frosting over in the face of fresh snow. Of course. Of course it would be Yui, just like it was Mizu. There doesn't need to be any logic. There doesn't need to be any sense. All there has to be is cold, unforgiving injustice. All there has to be is misery, pain, suffering. Death can strike wherever it pleases, so long as it receives its ample reward. I throw back my head. I laugh. It reverberates in the empty, splintered ceiling. Beautiful, I muse. It's a cold kind of beauty, but it's beautiful. Just like death. My eyes drift onto Yui's face. I only stand there, an irreplaceable calm stilling all other thoughts. I can almost see it from here, her fragile, pale body, lay gently against the ground like a princess's slumber. Maybe we should be smiling a peaceful smile. I like that. Should be lovely, quiet, vulnerable, weak. This is the true ending, right? This isn't like a bad end that we screwed up in the very beginning, right? This is it. Should be standing here, frozen in chalk. The image is swimming before her in a macabre production. Weak. Should be trying to call the police, but her fingers would slide across the bloody surface of her phone to no avail. Weak. Wish that we could trade places. Wish that I would be the one lying on the floor, and she would be the one slumping against the wall with her useless phone clasped in her trembling fingertips. I wish that I would be the one with my jaw solidified in horror, and she would be the one with a peaceful, emotionless smile. I wish that I would be gone, drifting away in a soulless wind. She would be here, her spirit tortured and rent apart, but alive. I wish many things, but some too ridiculous to name. This too must be ridiculous. My vision blurs. Perhaps I care, perhaps I don't. Something clatters to the ground, slipped gently in Ryu's pool of blood. Time wears rarely on. I see nothing, I hear nothing. There's nothing in my mind but a parallel reflection, a glimmer of starlit ribbon fixed behind my eyelids. Clock ticks. I talk. Of all people, Yui Hayata. We just escaped a serial killer. We just stretched to our wits' ends. We just have an intensive therapy for 3 months. There's clearly a hefty debt for life to repay. An innocent, gentle-hearted girl, destined into something that snatched away her ability to talk. She deserved the world. Should have grown up, married a guy who was madly in love with her, had 1.6 children, lived in a house with a picket fence. 1.6 children? But this? What is this? This is beyond simple injustice. This is just cruelty. Life is cruel. Death is cruel. And Yui has to pay the price for their danged little games. Treating her like a pawn on a chessboard. An insignificant sacrifice for a meaningless play. I can't stand it. She never deserved this. Any of it! I lash out blindly. The heel of my foot splinters against something wooden, stabbing deep into my leg. The pain feels distant, like my limbs are detached from my head. It might as well be. After fighting so hard to keep it all together, slamming ourselves repeatedly into a wall until it shattered with our broken bodies. Yui's still dead. Then, the pain. A hammering, hollow circle of agony in my arm and foot drives to a sudden frenzy. I'm assaulted with the sensations, bright and fierce and angry, corkscrewing directly into the marrow of my bones. No Yui. No more Yui. No more great smiles and fleshed cheeks and teasing winks and exasperated, loving little sighs. My calf clenches in sudden agony. I bite the inside of my cheek to keep from screeching. No more. No more fretting like a mother hen, totally extra lunchboxes and tiny little signs of jealousy. Throbbing in my arm rises to my shoulder, past my neck, right into my skull. I cradle my head in my arms, desperate. No more casual trips to GFC and random moments of make-believe and strolls around downtown. Because life as you know it, is gone. Tears graze from below my eyelids, mixing with the flecks of blood and bile smeared over my face. Stop. Stop, stop, stop! Just make it all stop! Not Yui. Not Mizu. There's pain, so much pain, too much. I can't handle it. I can't handle this, and everything hurts. I just can't. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jill fell down. Jill fell and broke her. And Jack came tumbling after. Then Jill's corpse comes to life. It jerks upright, limbs tied to loose ends of puppet strings. Smiles at me through a sheen of red. Oh, Jack, you're late. Iron shoves up my nostrils and strangles down my throat. I choke, work to speak. Sorry. She pitches forward, pushed by something invisible. Her slender fingers wrap around my neck and dig into my throat. I catch a whiff of her breath, putrid, rancid, smell of raw old eggs over decaying meat. The smell makes me gag over my own tongue. Shouldn't have been late. Her fingers disintegrate into bone, skin cells blown to ashes on the wind. They clatter into an orderly pile, forming a makeshift xylophone. Teeny little notes begin to ring from their skeleton surfaces. It's supposed to be a melody. I feel the vibrations in the air. I know that the song is supposed to be beautiful, but my ears only hear dissonance, cacophony, a dirge for a murder of crows, and pungent burning smoke shoots from the stove like an arrow, slapping me in the face. Hospitality. Should have been hospitality. Don't do this. Come back, Yui. My surroundings melt away, squinting against the screeching, agonizing white that stabs at my eyes. The light only intensifies. No rest. Never rest. You're trapped, you fool. There is no place for you. Light. I reach out. The brightness pricks my hand. I slither backwards. Stop it. Stop it. The light advances and digs through my fingernails, bleeds past my eyelids, settles in the space at the back of my neck. I pound myself against invisible walls. I rattle, chimes on a wooden bridge. No place. No peace. No pace. Stop it! Everything ends. Elsewhere, something must be beginning. What is that to an ending? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But this, I can't do anything about this. This is out of my control. Out. To be continued. Ah, why'd they do it? I hate these guys. Project lead Sebastian Diamant N. Creative direction Sebastian Diamant N. Inciting incident directions Sebastian and Megan. Inciting incident writer Megan Luna Shy White. Concept developers. There's a lot. This is cool and creepy. Was there a writer for each of the heroine scenes? Head editor Sarah Celeste S. Proofreader Jessica Reka B. Plot supervisor Rainer Rains P. Sprite artists. Oh, so the males and females had different artists. Okay, interesting. I didn't even notice that. Background artist Koi Yuko H. Character design, lots of them. What's that? CS sprites? CG sprites. That's a G. Globometry CGs. There's so much going on! Composers. Guest composer. Sound effects engineer. Audio manager. Sound effects sources. Additional music. I saw Kevin McLeod on there. Head programmer Ian the Code Cat L. Narrative scripters. Phone scripting. PR. Okay. Published by Sakai Project. Former contributors. Dan PCC, team coordinator, creative designer, Warlord developer, Yoshi Blue Wolfie composer, Zuka, GUI scripter, Hooves, character design concept developer. Character teaser voice actors. It has all the voice actors in the teaser, but that hasn't happened yet. Former members. A lot of people worked on this. I'm kind of surprised by that. I thought this was a smaller project. Special thanks. The word novel, where it all started. Hi Tom for the incredible engine. Memories of L. Boreal F. 1996 to 2016. I hope I said that right. I hate cursive. How could they do this to us? Why would they do that? Thank you for playing Lucid9. Setting incident. The title screen still hasn't changed? I've been expecting it to change this whole time. I've been waiting, but it's still the same. Huh. CG gallery. I'm still missing one. You think that's from like a bad end? You know, I went back, I got the Akira one. What is this? Hold on. 100% achievement guide? No? It has all the achievements, which we missed a lot of. And Steam isn't letting me move the window. This sucks. That was... It had a lot of dips, Lucid9 did. Like, some of them, like... Oh, we can see our achievements here. I looked at the achievement guide. True realities get all the bad endings. Which, I'm not gonna do. There's one, like, get all of Shigure stuff right. I guess I got one wrong. Go back and replay some scenes, stuff like that. Not gonna bother. A lot of them are kind of arbitrary, I guess. There's also a best girl achievement. Steam, can I move the window? I wanna... It won't let me interact with anything, basically. Just close out of that. So... I feel like the weak points, I think the amusement park scene could have been shorter. And honestly, I think that role-playing scene could have just been removed or just moved. Because I feel like it kind of hurt the pacing. Other than that, it was solid. This novel, well, visual novel, reminds me of Tsukihime and Chaos Head. Kind of with that approach of, you know, the main character thinks they're going, well, not necessarily thinks. It feels like the main character is going insane, and you start to doubt, are they the killer? Which, you know, I think that's intentional. I think there's probably inspiration from Tsukihime in this. Probably. Maybe Chaos Head. I don't know. There's some clear Little Busters inspiration. You know, like Masato in general. Tell me that's not Masato from Little Busters. Oh, with the reverse colors for his headband and hair. Yama's characterization? I imagine that's kind of going to be like a controversial thing. Like, some people will like him, some people will hate him. I don't dislike him. Didn't think it was particularly great, but I didn't think it was bad either. Yui dying? I think for the sequel, that could actually be great. Now, we don't know anything about the sequel, I think. I'll have to look into it. Maybe there is some information about it. But, go over Metro theme. What's, but melancholy emotional, melancholy heavy. Okay, that keeps playing. Good. We need creepy music. I kind of think they're going to make Katsu the protagonist. Either that or he's going to be an antagonist, and he's going to be in on the corruption. I don't think there's ending it. It's so obvious that he could be the mole. Because he's the only police officer named at all. And, you know, with a sprite. That I don't think he's going to be evil. Which is me to think he might be the protagonist of the second game. Although, hold on. Steam story page. Okay, I have to open Steam. Steam, thanks for being working. Lucid9. I can't see the very left part of the screen, but like the first character on the left. Upcoming second arc of Lucid9. We're working on the heroine routes, which will comprise to the second part of Lucid9. So, is it going to be like multiple parts, not just two? They'll be included in a future patch. There's no precise release date for this patch. So, what does it mean by heroine routes? I guess it's going to take place post Yui's death? Because that seems like it wouldn't happen. But at the same time, there's not really a lot of room for routes. Which is interesting. Or they can make it so by heroine routes is not, you know, you romance a heroine. It's you play as them, which could be interesting. That could actually be really cool. I think there's actually a game that came out recently, Sorcery Jokers, that does something like that. Like you switch perspectives often. I haven't played it or heard much about it, but there's been like a newer release lately that's been popular. Well, new as at the time I'm speaking. I guess this game's kind of in like development heck right now. Part of my French, because the voice acting patch is probably delayed for one reason or another, and I imagine the same with writing the second arc. Well, you know, a lot of developers think, oh yeah, we can get this all done in a month, but then it takes like 2 years. Like Valhalla did that. They said it would have a new game in 2017, and it's 2018 now. They said they're taking their time with it. Like it's not like they mention they're taking their time with it. It's not going to be for a while. They're working on 3 games actually, I think. But anyway, I liked the climax of this game a lot. Like, when I say a lot, I don't mean like Umi Neko a lot. I mean I liked it. It was fun. Compared to Tsukihime or Chaos Side, I think it nailed the going insane thing better than Tsukihime did. Chaos Side, that is a tough one. Although, I like Tsukihime more than both of those. Although, my opinion was actually the opposite when I first finished Chaos Set, but after a while, I was like, what was the point of all of the heroines? Except for the main one. Although, I really did like Takumi. Some people hate him, apparently, which, like, I understand, but I thought he was awesome. Like, having a degenerate protagonist, that's a pretty new one. Anyway. I liked it, and I'm waiting for the sequel. I'm ready for that. I'm wondering how they'll continue. Will you play as Yama? Or will you play as someone else? Will these characters even be in it at all? Or will it be from someone's completely other perspective? I think I haven't played Chaos Child yet, but kind of like how Chaos Head, has characters, and the Chaos Child has the same setting and same antagonist, presumably, but different characters, maybe a cameo or two, but that's it. That's kind of what I think will happen. I don't know if they can make Yama the protagonist again. I mean, he's clearly at his wit's end, like, and he even said at the end, what did he say exactly? Like, it's out of my control, which he also said in the bad ending. He said it's out of my control, but it's in my control, and also time stopped, which I feel like might be relevant. Anyway, thanks for watching this, everyone. Whenever the sequel comes out, I'll be right on that. I'll be waiting for news of it too. So, wait, there's a few other achievements we haven't gotten, but none of them are like I already said. They're kind of there to be there, basically. Like, well, you can go back see all the different routes, but nah. So I'll see you guys next time. I don't know what I'm gonna play next. Say Uta's been on my backlog, but probably not. Let's look at my Steam library. Yeah, I'll mention some options. Oh, the House in Fata Morgana. I still haven't. I recorded one episode of that back in August. It's not uploaded yet. I can't see the left side of my screen, so I have to go down them one by one. I have Chrono Clock. That's Sakai Project, so I doubt they allow it. Clannad, I've already read through most of it, and it's Sakai Project. Danganronpa, DC, right? Read through most of it, and I don't know if it's allowed. Eden of Grisaya? Okay, I need to go back to that. It's Sakai Project, but they allowed. Eden Star? Oh yeah, I picked up Eden. Is Eden allowed? I can look into that. Fault Milestone 1? They banned it like mid when I was in a playthrough of it, so I just took all my videos down. Like, they allowed it at first, but now they don't. I don't know why. It was okay. I didn't particularly like it, but Fault Milestone 2, well, same issue as the first. Fruit of we fled that. And Devil on G-String? I don't think that's allowed. Hold on. Let's look at the discussions. If it's still the same as it was a couple of years ago. You can only stream the first chapter, right? Okay. If that's never changed, I'll play it, because I played a little of it myself. 3 hours, according to Steam. But it's been... I purchased the game in 2015, so it was probably 2015, which was a long time ago. Harmonia, yeah, that's the Key game that came out. It's Key though, so nope, definitely not gonna happen. Hatoful Boyfriend, I could do that. I played through like a round or two, but never finished it. I heard the last round's really good. Highway Blossoms, Higurashi. I could play Higurashi 6 when it comes out. I did chapter 1, but I just read 2 through 5 on my own. But I'd be willing to read 6 through 8 when they come out. I like Higurashi, and 6 through 8 are the best arcs. Himawari the Sunflower, I've read that myself, and almost all of it anyway. I didn't do some of the extra stuff. I've been meaning to get around to it, but I just haven't. House of Phantom, Chiryu 1 and 2. Japanese School Life? I don't know what this is. I got it from a humble one. Karya? I also don't know what this is. Labyrinth of Grisaya, Leisure of Grisaya. The Letter. Oh, I could do The Letter. Little Busters, Lucid9. Memories Dogma. I don't know what that is. Muv-Love? I don't think that's allowed. Narcissu? Oh, I think that's actually allowed, actually. Although I've read the first and like half of 2. Planetarian, don't think that's allowed. Root Double, read that. Tokyo Babble? If that's allowed, I could read that. I've heard it's truny as heck, which is awesome. And then Subahibi. Oh yeah, I can do Subahibi, guys! I can do Subahibi. Subahibi. Because, yeah. Anyways, I'm rambling long enough. I'll pick something out. I'll see you guys next time with Lucid9 2 whenever it comes out, and I'll see you guys next time with something new. See you guys then. Bye.